YouTube, how the heck you doing? This is Corey here with Watch of Realms. Now, we are currently number 4. We are against Awakened Chaos, and then obviously Mad is against Dragon Slayers. Now, we did, obviously, as I just mentioned, go against Awakened Chaos. We went ahead and beat them. I'm not really the happiest about this in particular because I do feel like this was a little bit closer than it should have been. We typically go ahead and bubble them, and it looks like we are not going to go ahead and do that this time. So, I mean, it is what it is. We're getting close to the end of the season here. I think there's about, 2 more weeks here. So, tomorrow we go against Mad, and then we reset. We probably go against Mad right here in this final one, and then go and face another guild around here. So, I mean, depending on how it all breaks out, maybe a top 3. But obviously, I do think that we all believe we're at least number 2. Number 3 at worst, right? So let's go ahead and get straight into the overall attacks. We did a 4-in-1 run, as I typically do. I don't know why. I just always troll at least one attack for some reason and do a 4-1. As you can see, if actually I go over here, where am I? Right? So 33 and 15. We've had a couple of bad runs recently, but either way, let's go ahead and get to the actual point of the whole video, right? So let's go through the attacks. Let's see what worked. Let's see what didn't work. So whenever we go ahead against a Torador team, especially with like a Beelzebub and a Ardea and a Carnelian, we have a decent amount of options, especially because with this setup, at least when you see a Carnelian, you have the option to just go ahead and do a quick bombing run to go ahead and proc everything out here. So what we do is we drop the bugs and then the double spiders in the back, and the whole purpose is we should go ahead and see these spiders get right over here, and then they're going to proc the hotset, and bam, the bugs go ahead and explode, dealing with the hotset. Once we get this done, it's really simple because we have so many options, right? We don't really have any major anti-air threat, so we just go ahead and begin with a simple tried and true strategy of dropping the double legendary flyers, stagger them just a little bit here. And the whole purpose is of staggering them. I really just want them to hit Torador asynchronously and then really just kind of deal with him and hopefully just straight up kill him if we're lucky with that. But it doesn't look like we're going to have that much luck with it initially, but once again, there's no real major anti-air threat, and so we can just do whatever. We're just going to go ahead and drop the epic fires as well, and these legendary fires are going to get into the backline, snipe out the Ardea, snipe out the Beelzebub, and then also snipe out the Carnelian, and from here it's just a really simple win. There's nothing that's hindering us. We just get to fly over here. So that's a GG. All these units are going to go through here and go ahead and secure us the win. This is really just a bombing run, and whenever you see Beelzebub, at least in that position, you have a lot of flexibility in just going ahead and setting up the bombing run, and as long as you have enough tankiness to deal with whatever the Ardea is doing against your, I believe you're going to have like 10 spiders that spawn out, then you should be fine, and you should be able to go ahead and secure a comfortable win from that point. Now, we also go ahead against a Cyrus team, and you might see it at some point relatively soon here, but the new Demon Soldiers are actually pretty good about dealing with Cyrus, especially the, I'm just going to call it the Hound kind of thing. He just chomps down Cyrus and takes him out pretty effectively, but because I chose a frozen unit because I'm stupid, we do a little bit of a different strategy. We just go ahead and start with the epic magic damage tank. The whole purpose is really just to go ahead and start baiting out the ultimate from Anora and Ymrit, because I'm not really too worried about Anora and Ymrit going ahead and taking this unit out, especially because he's level 7 at this point. So he's kind of tanky. He has some decent survivability. From there on out, we go ahead and drop the double shadow casters, and the purpose of this is I just want to kill Cyrus. I'm not gonna lie, if I had the ability to, I would just like to take him out. So we go drop these units here, and we probably are about to go ahead and drop the dogs right here, and the whole purpose is once these units connect, they will go and filter through here and put pressure on the Ymrit, instantly taking them down and just filtering through really nicely over here. And then secondly, we have the second set of dogs coming through here. The only negative that could have potentially happened actually does happen. They get stuck, but it doesn't even matter. right? They pass through Honora ults, and there's no real threat from there on out. And we also had the legendary flyers as additional insurance just in case. So from all the ends of it, it looks like it was a pretty comfortable win. The dogs just kind of filter through just in time for us to go ahead and secure that final win. Now the next team is, what is the next team? Oh, I remember this team. This was fun. This was very fun. So this is another Cyrus esoteric team, right? And it has a Captain Reeve. So the whole purpose of what we're going to go do here is really just bait out the ultimates here. So we have Captain Reeve, we have Ymrit, we have Honora, and we have Lily. So as long as we are able to effectively deal with the additional block caused by the Reeve and by the Cyrus, and we can get to the backline, we have a really, really good chance of just dealing with all the threats. So what we do is we go drop the Frozen Fool. Now the whole reason for dropping the Frozen Fool is because he is more cost effective than dropping the normal Fool, because we're looking at 3 costs versus 5 costs, and it gives us a really good timing with dropping our Maw. Now dropping our Maw here, his job is really just to take out the not spy, but the skeleton here, and then filter through the map. Honora ults, which is fine, and then the Frozen Fool will go and put the shield on him. So the Maw is taking basically 0 damage at this point. The next step is we want to drop our double shadow casters right about now. There we go. And now that they're spawned, they're going to start filtering down the map here. And boom, we've now procced Lily Ultimate on the Cyrus, and we are set up perfectly to drop the bombs. Now watch this. This is honestly really, really fortunate timing. The second that the Shadowcasters connect, the bombs insta-filter through here, and bam, Honora, goodbye. And then right there, actually, I'm going to rewind this and kind of speed this up to get to the point, because something really, really important happens in this little area here. So let's have all this come through. Maw is going to run down. He's going to deal damage over here. Perfect. Sorry if you have epilepsy. I'm going to kind of back out here. There we go. So here's the most important part. We just went ahead and forced out the ultimate from Lily. The Shadowcasters are right here. They're about to connect any second now. Bam. Connection. And the bombs are right here. The bombs filter through. Boom. Honora's down. This unit's down, and then right there, Maw does his AoE hit, and that's perfect timing to just deal with the Cyrus, deal with the Reeve, and then that gives us the filter through here to deal with the Ymrit based on that Shadowcaster, and from there, we just win, right? The whole team just kind of falls apart because the Reeve's entire job of going ahead and stun locking all the units fails the second he's dead. So it's a pretty simple win, but it really is a little bit of a BP check and just a really important timing issue, because if you have your Shadowcasters die, then obviously it fails, right? And if you have really low leveled bugs, then obviously it fails as well, because they're going to die as well. So it really is a little bit of a check out. Now this was really unlucky. This is a Valara team with like Praetus, obviously. Now the strategy works. I just did it poorly. Basically is the best way to put it. So what happens is we go ahead and drop our tank here. And then the next step is we want to start dropping the speed dude right after Ymrit and all the, not Ymrit, Valara and all the units ult. Right here. We drop the speed bro. What happens is, and we do this part correct. We do this part correct. Plagas is ulting the speed brother, and then we go and drop the bomb run. So all this is correct, all this is fine. We get a little bit lucky here, we really do, because no ultimate happens, no like whirlpool happens and ruins it. We get lucky there. This is all fine. This is where it goes wrong. So all these units have ultimate again. The proper thing is to drop the bugs, yes, and proc all the ults. From here, I need to drop the speed dude and then drop the double dogs. Because dropping the 5 cost unit here instead of the 4 cost unit allows all this gap to fill up here, and she's right back. She's basically right back into it, and I'm already delayed. So the second I drop the speed dude, I'm cost behind, I'm ineffective, and I pretty much just lose from here on out. Because I'm going to spawn up, bam, whirlpool, ult, and I'm close. But that one cost would have been the difference. That one cost would have been the difference between dropping the speed dude, dropping the double dogs. Double dogs filter through the second that Pelagios ults, and then we win. It was just a poor order of operations, and that really is just what caused the loss. A little bit unfortunate, but get better, right? And then this is the final attack, which is against a standard Nightmare team. Now, truth be told, there's not really much to go over when it comes to just a standard Nightmare team, especially whenever there's arrogance. I pretty much just turn my brain off, if I'm being honest, when it comes to these teams. You just drop the Fool, drop the tank, drop the double healers, drop the Necros, drop the dogs. Good night. That's it. And literally, you're going to see it happen, right? So, bam, bam, healer right about now. Double Necros right about now. Double dogs once I go ahead and get to the necessary cost. So 3, 2, dog 1, dog 2. GG. There we go. There we go. It's super simple. I mean, as I said, I did that super sloppy, but it's quite literally, I just turn my brain off when it comes to those runs. It's just, it was popular last season. It was popular the season before. What is there to say? I just turned my brain off. Anyways, those are the attacks. That's a little bit of a glimpse into, I guess, like high Overlord Guild. I mean, obviously it's high Overlord Guild. We're literally number 4. And we're going against Matt tomorrow. So, yeah. Anyways, see ya.